In today's fishing episode, we're going to cook some nice mangrove snapper. These are probably one of my favorite top eating fish, right up there with yellowtail and mutton snapper and wahoo. Personally, I think snapper in general tastes much better than grouper because of the super white flaky meat, and I cannot wait to start cooking these guys. But first, let me explain to you how I caught them. Now that it's November, it's been super windy, which means we can't really get offshore. So instead, what Captain Dan and I did today is we took my boat out and we went right off the bay, less than a mile away from the mangroves, and we were hoping we could pick up a nice mutton snapper and also catch some bait. Got some chum going out. Looks like the current's going that way. All we have is one bag of frozen ballyhoo. We gotta make these bad boys last. I'm gonna start real simple. Chunk of cut ballyhoo on the knocker rig. Oh man, they're everywhere. Two more cigar minnows.
Okay, here we go. Oh, fucking business. Oh,
cigar minnows, baby!
Home run.
Now we know where to get some live bait. I'm about to send one of those down live, man.
Oh yeah, me too. Absolutely. On the sand, just going nuts. Yeah, just hold on. Yep, that's it.
Woohoo! Bait check. Catching bait is almost as rewarding as catching a nice fish.
Yep.
If you got the right bait, you'll get the right fish. I say we both put out a live one.
You want to do it now?
That way we can catch something. Screw cut bait, we're here. Ooh, the sun just came out. I like it.
There you go.
Oh, they feel good. They just feel like something scrumptious that I want to eat. Above the anal fin. Threw the anal on the knocker. Toss that on out there. This is the first time I'm ever using a butterfly cigar minnow. First time. First time's a charm sometimes. I'm gonna chuck him way out. Way out. Bam!
Man.
Yeah, what's it going on, Mario? What is the problem here? It's weird that we haven't even got like a nibble, like nothing.
Single hit.
Absolutely nothing. We caught tons of cigar minnows, which was pretty cool, but we didn't get a single bite on anything, on live bait, on cut bait, nothing. We moved around and tried a few places, and then eventually we were like, we're gonna go back and fish during the tide change. When the tide is running, that water pushes real hard and bait goes through there, and it's usually a good place to catch some snapper. And we threw out the South Florida Fishing Channel snapper rig and the knocker rig. You getting bit?
I'm not kidding.
That's the first nibble we've had all day.
Excited.
Yeah, Dan?
Ballyhoo it is.
So, cut ballyhoo on the snapper rig?
Cut old ballyhoo on the snapper rig. Imagine
You gonna
that.
need me to net this one, or you gonna whip him in?
I'm thinking about maybe I might need the, what do you call it? You got the gaff?
Gaff?
Joking.
Hey, that's a nice
He's a keeper,
mangrove
though.
snapper.
Boy's a keeper.
Woo!
There you go.
That's a fat boy.
That's Din Din. That's a good one, yeah. Want him? Keeping him?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Here we go. Nice fight. Nice fish. Good size fish. Catch of the day. I did not go out with this on. It is a baby
it's a yellowtail.
It is a cutie pie yellowtail. You got some nerve biting on this hook.
Tiny boy.
Tiny. He's fish tank size. All right, I'll let you go. Go ahead.
This feels like a keeper. No! Okay, it came off. He got stuck for a second. Oh, another fat
Nice
mangrove.
one. Yeah, he is a fatty.
Woo! On the knocker rig.
Yep.
Oh, that is a nice
He's
one.
a fatty.
Wow. It looks like a real toadfish.
Got those, got little wings. It's pretty cool.
Nice catch, Dan.
Nice catch. What a deal. Now he's coming out of the boat.
Nice.
Oh, hey.
What do you think? Oh, another. Ooh, nice snapper, right?
Oh, it is another nice snapper. Yeah. Oh man, that's.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Fatty. Holy moly.
Another fatty.
No, man, he's a nice one. Man, he just freaking slammed that thing. Hungry, ain't ya?
That's
Man,
a
he'd
nice
really
one.
like to get my finger too.
Oh, here comes the rain.
I thought that was my finger that time.
And ta-da! That's where these mangrove snappers came from. I'm gonna cook these guys in a way I've never cooked fish before on this channel. So we'll see how that goes. So what I'm gonna do with the mangrove snapper is descale them into this bucket, cut the tail and the head off, and take all the organs out. And then we'll basically have a big chunk of fish, and we're gonna bread that up in crushed almonds. And I'm not totally sure how this recipe is gonna go, but I'm going for it. Oh, scales are flying everywhere. Pretty easy to take the scales off, but they're going everywhere. So I'm gonna finish this outside. You just run your fork against the flakes and they'll come right off like that. Or else the lady's gonna freak. And here you have it, a mangrove snapper that has no scales on it. Good thing I did that outside because I am covered in fish scales. The only thing we're gonna do here is cut the head off. Try to cut up under the fin to get all that meat. There we go. We're gonna save this guy in the bucket because we're gonna set our stone crab traps right after this episode. And in a couple days you will see my stone crab video. I cut along the stomach here. This way we can pull out all of the guts. Alright, not now, Captain. You can leave the tail on if you want, but my pots and pans are not big enough to fry the whole tail. So I will take the tail off, put that in the crab trap. There we go, a nice clean chunk of mangrove snapper. Both the mangrove snapper are inside this bag. I put a paper towel in there too to keep them not too moist and not too dry. I'll put them in the fridge now, and I'm gonna go out and set my traps. Make sure if you aren't following this channel that right now you hit the like button and the subscribe button, because in a couple days I'll be posting a stone crab trap video and I'm going to be using some very interesting baits. All the stone crab traps are laid. That's gonna be a fun video, I can already tell. But it's time to do some cooking. I'm kind of ghetto rigging this because I'm just working with what I got. Some almonds, gonna crush those up. With the crushed almonds, I'll add some Publix breadcrumbs and some Everglades seasoning. And that's gonna be the breading for the fish. And then as a side, I'm just making some yellow rice. I'm gonna cut some slits into these guys. Just like that, so there's slits on both sides of the fish. They are looking real good. Kitty, you excited? First step to making the breading is to just crush the almonds. Phew! Well, that didn't take too long. There we go, crushed almonds. Almost like a flour. Some breadcrumbs in there. And some Everglades seasoning. Now that's looking pretty fine. So I got a pan full of peanut oil here. I'll start heating that up. While that heats up, we'll start breading the snapper. Shake it up. Shake and bake. Here you go. Nicely breaded. Time to do the other one. Now we're talking, boys and girls. Holy smokes. It's looking real good. Okay, I think it's time to throw these bad boys into the piping hot oil. Holy smokes. Oh yeah, look at that go. This one's even bigger. Barely fit in the pan. I think it's time to flip them. Oh, we're really talking now, boys. Rice is done too. Woo-hoo! Fish is looking done. Try my best to shimmy it on out of here. I'm gonna take some of this fish off and put it on this plate here for Captain Elliot Kitty. I don't want him eating the bones, so I'm gonna prepare it for him. The meat basically just comes right off. One whole fried mangrove snapper, some yellow rice, and then I also have this sweet red chili Thai sauce. This goes great with whole fried yellowtail snapper, so I thought maybe it'll go good with this. I also got Captain Elliot Kitty his own plate. That's half of a mangrove snapper right there, so he's gonna be eating real good tonight. The moment we've all been waiting for. I am going to save the sauce for later. Captain Elliot, come up here. Well, look who showed up to the party. That's yours there, buddy. Oh man, I don't know if you can tell, but this is super white, flaky mangrove snapper. Oh. I'm asked all the time what my favorite fish is, and pretty much any snapper, but mangrove snapper really just tops it off, I think. That's one of my favorite fish. They're fun to catch, and when you cook them whole like this, the meat comes right off the bones, so you can basically eat the whole thing except the bones. Alright, that's to die for. Let's try it with some Thai chili sauce. There we go. Get a little Thai up in here. It's nice. I like having a sauce. It's good. I think I can eat this with or without the sauce. And then the skin, you can eat that too. You can taste the almonds. Look at that. I've already almost ate half of the entire big snapper. I mean, look at these big, white, flaky pieces. Wow. You know what's really good here? If you like break up the fish a little bit and eat it with the rice, that's good. Now this is what they don't teach you in school. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Over 90% of my views come from people that aren't subscribed to my channel. If all of you just subscribe, I might hit 100,000 subscribers one day. But until then, I'm gonna keep on fishing. Cheers, everybody.